Don't rewind, you heard what I said. Remember that one time Sinestro, one of the strongest members of the Lantern Corps, got knocked out in one hit by a batarang.
And you think I'm supposed to take that Batman boy serious, gang? We are watching the worst plot armor moments of all time by Olamasama. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I can tell you who has the most worst plot armor, and that is that Batman, bro. Oh my lord, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I mess with Batman heavy, but at the same time, like, it just pissed me off the way he got so much plot armor. It's not even funny. If you could please subscribe, you know what I'm saying? We are so close to 100k subscribers, you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and subscribe. I'll get on my knees for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do anything for that subscription. I will. Follow and watch me live on Twitch too. I'm live every day over there, you know what I'm saying? Content out for days over there. Okay, hold on. About to bring the stick to a gunfight. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm putting it on me. Veegeedajunkie going crazy on it.
According to Google, plot armor is defined as the phenomenon in fiction whereby the main character is allowed to survive dangerous situations because they are needed for the plot to continue. It's common to hear people referring to characters having plot armor when they are able to succeed in certain scenarios that should almost guarantee a failure. So in today's video, I want to talk about some of the more infamous cases of plot armor I can find in fiction, with each case ranging from minor offense to completely asinine. But first, I think we need to understand what can actually be considered plot armor. After all, a singular definition can only do so much. Plot armor can extend to a lot of different situations, whether it be a character winning a fight they should have lost or escaping certain death. Shoot, some people see power-ups as a form of plot armor, but something that gets misconstrued is the fact that characters need at least a little bit of plot armor to keep the story going. We are all aware that at least half of these series' goals is to stop a villain by the end of the run, so it's only natural to have characters push past improbable circumstances or just not take as much damage as they should. It not only creates tension, but also keeps characters available for more plot lines later on.
And it don't even be plot armor sometimes. Sometimes that be that adrenaline which leads to, you know what I'm saying, more powers. You know what I'm saying? That don't even be the plot armor, you know what I'm saying? It really be us. It really be getting that power up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
I think we can all imagine how a series without plot armor would look like. Yes, I'm looking at you. And in my opinion, the problem isn't necessarily just characters conveniently winning impossible fights or getting power-ups. The problem lies more so in the reasoning behind said conveniences. You can easily justify power-ups if it makes sense and is consistent with the story. Naruto has been seen losing control over the Nine Tails when emotions are running high, so we should not be shocked when he gets stronger when those conditions are satisfied. The problem with plot armor arises when a character has something go their way with no explanation. With no explanation, we just have to take what we're seeing for face value, and what we're seeing is straight BS. This is when people gotta craft some random theories to try to make sense of why their favorite characters survive certain doom. But you know what's even worse than no explanation? A bad explanation. People love using the reasoning that a series gives and treat it as irrefutable logic. They'll be like, bro, they explained why Batman survived that fall. It's because of his suit.
Man, that's what I be talking about, bro. Batman falling out of the sky, falling out of space, wherever he fell off, and all of a sudden he just landed, you know what I'm saying, perfectly fine, bro. His ankle's not even broken, eh? What are we doing? Bro, there was not a single broken bone in that man body, in that bat nigga body, bro. He moving perfectly fine. He fell out of space, gang. He fell out of the sky, my nigga. Why is he still alive? And you telling me that's not plot armor, gang? You telling me the authors just didn't put up some, you know what I'm saying, bullshit on the fucking paper again? Alright, bro, I guess, man.
Which, okay, that makes sense if the fall was from a window or something. However, how strong can this suit be to allow him to survive a fall from space?
Like, what are we doing?
Terminal velocity and standing up like he only stubbed a toe.
Like, yo, gang. Like, look at it. He actually still standing. Like, what? That's aura though. Like, this look like aura, but like at the same time, bro, it's Batman. He don't got no powers to be doing all this, man.
Another example of a BS explanation is when Tanjiro just pulled thunder breathing out of his butt. We're running at full sprint for who knows how long, and then all of a sudden your leg gives out. Once I seen this, I was already looking at this scene kind of funny. Then he remembers a random conversation with Zenitsu about thunder breathing and can just do it like that?
Yeah, that
terrible
came out nowhere.
Okay, you got me. I just wanted to hate on Demon Slayer. I won't lie. I know this whole thing makes sense because all other breathings are derived from sun breathing. So naturally, someone who has sun breathing can also do the other breathing techniques fairly easily. The explanation checks out, but this is one of those cases where I just have to accept that a lot of the theatrics were done for entertainment. And plus, I don't even need to bring up a moment like this if I wanted to talk about plot armor and Tanjiro. This demon should have murked Tanjiro multiple times during this battle. Better breathing shouldn't be helping injuries from attacks like this. But that's neither here nor there. I can ignore these moments because they are ultimately a net positive for the series and aren't really plot bending. It's a bit harder to ignore the plot armor of someone like Reiner from Attack on Titan. I feel like it was established fairly early on that he wasn't like that when it comes to the Titan shifters. Arrow was beating him in their first fight, and was going to actually win
crazy,
if not for Burrito's interference. Seeing him get dog walked by Aaron, who wasn't even that experienced at that point, was enough for me to realize that Reiner was not built for any of these battles. And it turned out that those thoughts were not even headcanon. He was dead, not even meant to be on this mission. So anytime I see him have a near-death experience, I just kind of roll my eyes. His existence after the second season is kind of mind-boggling. I know he's a Titan shifter, but seriously, some of these things he's surviving surely bring up at least some questions. Realistically, when Levi caught Reiner and stabbed him twice, he should have been cooked. And we'll ignore the fact that Levi had enough time to stab him twice, but not
I forgot that happened. Like, what, man? That was Levi too, man. Bro, Reiner should have been died. Like, he should have been died. That's some big ass plot armor. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you on my team and you getting your ass beat by a nigga that just got his Titan powers, gang, why the fuck is you still alive, my nigga? Let's be honest. Why are you still thinking you on the same team, nigga? I feel like his people decided to put him out because they know that nigga Levy was out there so he could get killed, because this nigga embarrassing our people, gang. Like, you out here like losing to a rookie, gang. You been in this shit for years, gang. You losing to a rookie. I know he wasn't one on that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you know the story, plot armor.
Ignore that. Not like it would have mattered anyways. One of the places Levi hit was the neck, and Reiner didn't even struggle to transform. This is when we learned that he transferred his brain's consciousness to the rest of his body to transform. Okay. And he does it again when he's able to regenerate after his head gets blown off.
Like, come on,
I mean, like, sure, it's explained, and it's not really a bad explanation either. And Loki just feels like we really need Reiner to survive. So let's let him have this one thing so he doesn't get absolutely cooked in these battles. But fine, whatever. I can get over myself. But this type of stuff happens so often throughout the series for him. People even meme him by calling him the plot armor Titan. It feels like Reiner's whole existence has been him being unable to die. Oh, yeah, that's right. Jaden, that's kind of like one of the main points of his character. Still plot armor, though. Another wild case of plot armor was Luffy versus Crocodile. I feel like this is one of the more blatant examples of a character having plot armor. Luffy was no match for Crocodile. Crocodile was untouchable.
Luffy was getting his ass beat in this shit, bro. Goodness gracious, man. Like, I was dead. Like, when I was watching this, I was dead like, yo, how the fuck is this nigga gonna win? Whole time this nigga just put water on himself. Yo, gang, I ain't gonna lie, that was so embarrassing, gang. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, gang, what the fuck is this, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? This what we really doing? This what we really doing, man? Yeah, we ain't gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? You making Luffy look like some bitch ass nigga. He not no bitch ass nigga.
This fight, literally, this fight was honestly just a showcase for all of Crocodile's abilities. This was the first fight Luffy straight up lost, and he got stabbed in the torso because of it. And what did we even expect? He fought Crocodile in a freaking desert. This man Luffy was battered, bloodied, and abandoned in the ditch. There was no debating it. Luffy was dead to rights here. But then at Death's doorstep, Robin comes to save him because of plot. Okay, what do you want me to say? We can say that Robin was curious because of his initial D, but at this point in the story, Robin was not a Straw Hat. She had no reason to help Luffy for real. So this just happened to make sure Luffy stayed alive for the rest of the story. But I'm fair, I'll let that one slide because it's the main character. This isn't even the worst piece of plot armor in Alabasta. And I think we all know who I'm referring to. It's our avian friend, Pell. During the final battle of the arc, there was a bomb that was threatening to destroy a large chunk of Alabarna, the capital of Alabasta. Pell grabbed this bomb, carried it into the sky, and sacrificed himself to get the bomb away from everyone. It's very noble to use your own life to save thousands of others. What? Is this a flashback or something? Why is he still alive? Pell should have been in someone's air fryer at this point. The only way the bomb could have had a cleaner hit on him is if he ate the dang thing.
Like, what? This bomb so he survived that motherfucker. I do not remember this
comes out of it unscathed, no explanation.
I do not remember that shit.
Give me a good explanation as to why someone could survive this. And I don't freak out if someone talks about
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, yo, like, I dead ass don't remember that. Yo, what the fuck? I did I just be watching episodes just to watch episodes, because why do I not remember this, my nigga? What the fuck?
King of Peregrine Falcon. And before I get into one of the main perpetrators of having plot armor, if you're enjoying this video so far and you're new, you might as well subscribe.
Yeah, go ahead and subscribe to my channel too.
You know what hero, Batman.
Oh yeah.
Already touched upon him in this video,
like I said, like he's number one when it comes to plot armor. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause why the fuck, nigga? Why the fuck is you dodging Darkseid's beams, gang? Why the fuck is there millions of people think that you can dead ass beat Superman in a one-on-one fight, gang? That nigga getting his dick snatched, bro. I'm sorry to break it to you, bro. It's not happening. It will never happen. Superman just give him straight dick. But he out here beating the best of the best, my nigga. Like, yo, gang, why is he, yo, nigga beating Flash? Yo, is we serious? Is this what we doing? For real? You know what I'm saying? They got everybody, they got all the Bat Boy fans thinking like he really the strongest superhero of all time, my nigga. Because of Preton, bro. This shit disgusting.
Batman and his plot, he's the main one guilty of it. First, let's get this out the way. Almost every single fight between him and Superman is already riddled with plot armor for Batman. It makes sense why it happens, but it's still BS. I like their fight in Justice League War because it goes how we expect it to go. Superman is just dog blocking him at all points. Nothing Batman has works on him, and any attack he throws at him gets shrugged off. Granted, this is their first encounter in this universe, so Batman doesn't have the dreaded two-word phrase we don't speak of. Nevertheless, any fight between Batman and Superman should go something like this. Batman cannot keep up with super speed as a human. You can't even use the argument of Superman not wanting to hurt Batman because he wasn't even trying to murk him in this fight. He was trying to get info out of him the entire time. I guess we just forget Superman has super speed or something. Like, he doesn't even knock out Batman. He can just incapacitate him in the blink of an eye.
That's what I'm saying.
Superman gets snuck with it. There's no way a simple rocket power punch is knocking down Superman like this. Batman's power also extends past Superman to other powerful beings as well. Remember that one time Batman one-shot Sinestro with the Batarang? Don't rewind, you heard what I said. Remember that one time Sinestro, one of the strongest members of the Lantern Corps, got knocked out in one hit by a Batarang.
And you think I'm supposed to take that Batman boy serious, gang? Like the prep time, the plot armor the author gives this man, you think I'm supposed to take him serious? Like, what is we talking about, gang? Like, yo, you know they doing that. You know they doing it on purpose, bro.
What the heck is this thing made of?
You know they doing it on purpose.
Weapon in the universe can be countered by a freaking boomerang shaped as a bat. I'd argue that superhero media like Marvel and DC are even more guilty of plot armor than anime. Like, you'll see a regular person like the Punisher.
Oh yeah, I remember Catwoman did that bullshit. Like, why did they do that?
Are even more.
So you telling me she knocked out 3 speedsters? Catwoman herself? Catwoman herself? Yeah, they was on some. They be on some crack in the DC game. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Like, you'll see a regular person like the Punisher who bleeds the same way as you and me, beating up people like Dr. Doom and Wolverine. Cause that makes sense. With that type of plot armor, give me 5 months and a bunch of weapons, and I'll beat the Fantastic Four by myself. Moving back to anime, we have one of the more infamous examples of plot armor: Killer Bee versus Sasuke. Let's get this out the way. Sasuke probably should have lost this fight. This fight was one of the
probably. No, he should. Yo, he should have. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, yo, he did lose that fight, my nigga, bro. This nigga should have died first 2 seconds in, bro. The Killer Bee was playing with the nigga, bro. Making that nigga look like a sex toy, just throwing him around, bro, like a rag doll. Yo, gang, see, that's the difference between a tailed beast and a regular, you know what I'm saying, Uchiha nigga. You know what I'm saying? There's 2 different beings, gang.
Disrespectful and embarrassing else for a character I've ever seen.
Like, he was going crazy.
Sasuke, writing rhymes and clowning his entire crew. If Karin weren't there to heal him, Sasuke obviously would have been packed up way earlier. Even when Sasuke caught Bee in a genjutsu, Bee just got up and hit Sasuke with a lightning lariat. Like, saying this attack did major damage is an understatement. Sasuke's neck, organs, and chest were all severely injured. But after getting healed yet again, Sasuke gets up and uses Amaterasu to win the fight. Just like that. Sasuke was dead to rights like 3 times in this fight, but he somehow wins.
3 times, gang.
Nothing suspicious going on.
But he ain't win,
like,
bro.
This isn't even me trying to call Sasuke weak. There just should have been another way to showcase Killer Bee's strength without Sasuke dapping up the Grim Reaper every 5 minutes. The way it was done originally makes it look like Sasuke has crazy plot armor. Switching up the media again, I want to look at a popular movie series that is free to plot armor. It's the Karate Kid series. The Mr. Miyagi meat writer himself, Daniel LaRusso, should have lost like 2 of these finals in these movies. For context, Johnny was the champion for the past 2 years. Then Daniel comes in with a couple weeks of karate experience and wins.
I remember that dumbass shit.
Whatever, who cares? It's plot for a happy ending. It's something we
that was
However,
crazy.
That's not the worst case in the series. In the final movie of the trilogy, Daniel was flat out losing the entire time in the finals, and this was the plan.
I didn't watch the second
Daniel
movie.
knows pain. However, it only took 1 moment for Daniel to focus, and he scores a point on the guy who's thrashing him the entire fight. I know he was scared before, so it was affecting him in the fight, but I refuse to accept that being the only thing that changed. Matt was beating him consistently throughout the movie. It wasn't really close either, but 10 seconds of kata and the speech from Mr. Miyagi changed that. Either Matt Barnes is dumb as bricks, or Daniel LaRusso was just that much better at karate than him. So yeah, Matt Barnes is just dumb as bricks. And contrary to popular belief, plot armor also exists in real life. Let me paint the scenario for you.
Oh yeah, I got plot armor. I ain't gonna lie, I could fall off a building right now, my nigga, and I'm just simply alive, gang. I'm basically Batman in real life. You know what I'm saying?
In the One Piece universe, pirate crews were able to trade crew members between each other. Imagine after Wano, after Luffy just beat one of the Emperors of the Sea in Kaido, Zoro looks at him and says to himself, yeah, I don't think this guy can lead us anymore, so I'm gonna send him somewhere else. And then in the middle of the night, Zoro talks to Shanks of all people and trades Luffy for Ben Beckman without telling any of the other Straw Hats. He also just throws Usopp in the trade because why not? What I've just described to you is the best analogy I can think of when explaining the Luka Doncic trade and anime terms. The trade makes no sense, and there's no justification for it besides plot armor. It's the only thing that can make sense.
Yeah, definitely plot armor, because like it came out of nowhere, my nigga. Like, yo gang, Luka? Yo gang, he just took y'all to the finals last year, my nigga, and you traded him? I ain't gonna lie, that was so disgusting. Yo, I understand why these people got so much hatred for that nigga Nico, cause this is one of the most dumbest trades of all time, bro. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Levels can be considered plot armor depending on the circumstances. This rings true even more when there's no good explanation as to why it happened. Guess which series I'm gonna use? Just guess. Ding 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 ding. It's the Flash. For context, Iris West just dies because Barry hits her with Speed Force Lightning. I would say it's a long story, but that's just what happens. So she should be out of the story at this point, right? Apparently, she's one of the ones who can just choose not to be dead anymore. That's the only explanation to give you. That's it. Since she's not supposed to be dead, she can just be like, no, and come back to life.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this last
portion. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, Flash got the reverse plot armor game. Like, he lose to some trash ass niggas, man. You know how crazy that is, bro? Trash dog shit ass niggas, man. Like, I get it, you still gotta make villains for him, like a story, but like, my nigga, the turtle, my nigga, like, yo, is we taking that serious, gang? Let's be honest. It's disgusting, man. I feel bad for the Flash.
The video is a bit personal to me, and I'm honestly wondering if this even counts as plot armor. I'm not gonna directly spoil the series I'm talking about, but if you find yourself reading into clues too often, skip to this time of the video. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna spoil the series. So skip to the time. No, Barbara's revival at the end of the manga.
Oh yeah, go ahead and skip. I'm gonna give y'all some time to skip. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and skip a little bit, bro.
To the point, it felt like plot armor was on the hero's side, and I knew this would happen. When we got confirmation the manga was ending in 5 chapters, I said that it's probably gonna get rushed, which basically anyone could see coming. Yet when Nobara came back in the next chapter,
I like that plot armor. I like that plot armor. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want her to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I needed her to stay. You know what I'm saying? That was my twin right there, my twin flame, bro. I couldn't let her die like that. Man.
People saying that it was done well because of foreshadowing. Just because something got explained doesn't mean it was done well. She wakes up like 20 minutes before the fights end and helps Itadori deal the finishing blow. The reason why I think it looks so crazy is because if the anime adapts the manga 1-to-1, Nobara's gonna show up like 1 minute before the fight ends and then just help deal the finishing blow, and then Sukuna's done for.
But at the same time, you could say the same thing for Sukuna, bro, because the author really, like, he clarified that Gojo was caught off guard, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? When the fuck has this nigga been caught off guard, gang? When has Gojo ever been caught off guard, bro? So you telling me the one time he got caught off guard, Sukuna killed his ass, bro? Gojo should have won that fight, bro. I promise you, and the show would have been over, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But you can say that too for the plot armor. That nigga Sukuna got plot armor for that bullshit.
Look like plot armor? Hypothetical time again. Imagine during the Namek saga, after Vegeta got done coughing up blood every 5 seconds, he was buried by Goku with this condition unknown. Events in the rest of the arc could go as normal as they can without Vegeta, but anytime we mention him, people are just extremely vague about his whereabouts. Like Shenron is shrugging his shoulders if they try to wish him back. Fast forward to the Cell saga, and things happen as close as they possibly can get to the original series without Vegeta being there. That means Cell gets his perfect form, the Cell games still happen, go on, transform, Goku dies, etc, etc. Then during the final beam clash, when Cell looks like he's about to win, boom, Vegeta shows up and sneak attacks Cell, allowing Gohan to win. And the so-called foreshadowing is characters being super cryptic about his whereabouts. Would it technically make sense? Yeah. Would it be done well? No, not at all. You would say that Gohan has plot armor if something like that happened. That's somewhat similar to what happened in JJK. Like, yes, I was happy to see Nobara return, but we gotta be real with ourselves sometimes. It being done like this makes it seem like plot armor. I don't know if you realize I just took this opportunity to rant about the JJK manga, but I think it's well warranted. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and special thanks to making it this.
Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. You know what I'm saying?
This video, because I'm sure there are hundreds of instances of
plot armor I didn't even mention. I'ma stick to what I said. Batman got the most plot armor, gang. Batman got the most plot armor, gang. Listen to me. Batman got the most plot armor. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? If Batman never had plot armor, that nigga would have been died by Joker, gang. That stank ass clown, my nigga. Let's be honest, bro.